So actually, I was listening to.
Does this look okay?
You look fine. I was listening to the song "Flowers" from Miley Cyrus a little bit earlier, and I was like, "Have you ever seen Nadine Coyle when she's like
Nadine Coyle.
Nadine Coyle from Londonderry?" Uh, and she was like, she was on this show, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I like cooking like eggs and flyer."
Flowers.
So now, every time I hear the song from Miley Cyrus "Flowers," all I hear is, "I can buy myself flyers."
I can buy myself flyers. Have I said it right?
You need to work on the accent slightly.
Flyer.
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 Yeah. So I can buy myself flyers.
Flower.
Welcome to the I've Been Here Before podcast with your host, Dylan McConaughey. Welcome to episode 1. Expect drama, laughter, a hell lot of fun. You guys are in for the ride of your lives. That's all I'm going to say. But today, for our first ever episode, we welcome not only my longest term friend and client, the lovely Charlie.
Hi.
Now, we'll get on to Charlie a little bit later. So, for those of you who obviously aren't aware, so I'm Dylan. I'm a hairdresser in London. I have been on the TV show for E4, The Big Blowout. I'm also a celebrity hairdresser, which I hate saying, but it's true.
I think you love it.
I do love it. I mean, if people stop me, I'm like, yeah, that's me. That is literally me. Not pretentious in any way whatsoever.
Own it, girl. Own it.
Yeah, exactly. Live your best life. I've been in London for like the last 10 years. I'm actually emigrating to Australia.
Are you? I've never heard this before.
Shut your face.
This is new information.
Everyone knows she's been dramatic. And I thought, why not just do and launch a podcast? It'll be fun. Got so many great episodes planned out. Obviously, Charlie is our first episode. You're going to get to know the stories of how we all first met. We've all met through hair. But quite a good fact for you, actually. So Charlie is not only, again, like I said, one of my friends and my clients, but also you are actually the founder of the name of the I've Been Here Before podcast, aren't you?
I am.
Now, the only reason we kind of came up with this name, now we've only been planning this for like a month?
Yeah, and obviously you were moving in with me. You now live with me.
We're supposed to move in
Roomies.
on November, then we moved in on the...
You moved in September. You brought it forward 2 months, mate.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, it's fine. But no, it was like a month ago we were texting and you were like, oh, I really want to do a podcast. And I was half cut in the pub. Just, that's just me.
That's just a regular Tuesday.
What was a Thursday, actually? And when you mentioned it,
Touristy
Thursdays. And just as a joke, I was just sending through lots of like hair pun names.
Yeah.
And some of them were absolutely ridiculous.
But some were also pretty good.
Thank you. I don't work in marketing, but maybe I should.
The audience may applaud.
And then, I sent through, how about I've been here before? And then all of a sudden, I remember I put my phone away and obviously went and ordered, another bottle of wine. And then I checked it in an hour's time. And then you'd set up an Instagram page. You'd recorded like the intro. And I was like, oh, shit, this is happening.
I act very quickly.
You do.
If it's on my mind, I'm doing it straight away. Like, I'm not waiting for these things. It's just like the name, some of the names I was like, I think I've Been Here Before was actually the first one that you actually had thought about.
It was one of the first ones, yeah.
And I was like, love that. So then obviously you were doing like whatever you were doing.
Drinking.
I had then created like the logo, the name, the branding. I got us on Spotify. I created like the Instagram account, like YouTube, everything.
I loved it. I respect that.
Yeah. And the branding is all about me, even though you were the one who came up with the name.
That's fine. I'll collect royalties at a later date.
But, still. And like the idea just kind of flourished from there because I wanted to do a podcast for a long time. It was more the fact of like, what do I talk about? And I think the idea of the I've Been Here Before is, yes, everyone who's going to be on the podcast we've all met in relation to hair,
Hair.
right? Hair. However, there'll hopefully be stories that you'll hear and be like, I've been there before.
It's not. I've been here
Yeah,
before.
see? Cheers to that. Cheers. So yeah, I'm quite excited to kind of get this, to get this rolling. I think it's going to be a really great series. We've got some great episodes lined up. But people are going to want to know, obviously, about me, but also about the people that I am having on the podcast. So we met probably about 8-9 years ago.
I mean, I've not been counting.
I have. But originally, I didn't meet you straight away. So when I first moved to London around about like 2014, so at this point I've been qualified as the hairdresser for maybe about like not even that, probably like 6 months at the time, not long, because I'm at the very tender age now, like 27.
Yes, you're a lot younger than me. You like to remind me of that.
Gone blonde to also cover greys because it's also that bad. But I obviously needed clients when I first moved to London because I thought I don't have any clients. I need to build up like a clientele. So I put on a little post. I think it was on like Gumtree or something like that. I mean,
Gumtree.
Who uses Gumtree anymore?
Yeah, I know.
And I was putting out like haircuts. If you want a haircut, I can come to your house. Like £15, I think I put the price on, or something like that. Considering I now charge like £105, you would be thinking it's just like some form of like service or something.
I mean, I'm still angry that you don't charge me £15, but
it's been 8 years. It's been 84 years. So I first met Dave.
Yeah, so I lived just down the road in a flat share with 4 others. Cherry, who was also one of your clients, who now lives in Dubai.
Yes.
And you originally did Dave's hair via Gumtree.
Yeah.
And Cherry and I were there one evening.
Cheapskate.
Yeah, Cherry and I were there one evening and got chatting to you.
Yeah, but this was like about like a year into it, I reckon.
Well, we thought you were just a barber.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, and then we were there one evening and we were like, oh, do you actually do women's hair? And you were like, yeah, I work for Sean Hannah. And then that started a conversation with us.
Because we have a very mutual connection with this. So
Yes.
I'd worked in a salon in Bristol called Sean Hannah for maybe like the first 2 years of my career. But our times kind of connected.
Well, I used to live in Bristol for work.
Yes. And also, but like by the time, in the kind of like time period that I was working and living and working at Sean Hannah, so were you.
Not working there, I was a client there.
Well, you're a client.
Well,
you weren't working for Sean Hannah. You're a client coming to the salon.
Yes.
And you were seeing Curtis, who actually was teaching me how to do hairdressing,
Yes.
right? And I just think I must have washed your hair
You must have
without
washed my
actually
hair.
knowing.
Yeah.
You would have known because it's been the most amazing head massage you'd ever had in your whole life. I mean, you don't get that service now, though, do you?
Yeah, I do. I make you give me a full-on massage.
After I bullied you after washing your hair, she is such a drama queen. We know we have to obviously wash your hair, and you are screaming. Okay, it might be
Because you turn the water cold and then you don't wash my
it's
hair.
your tap.
You throw it in my eyes.
It's your tap.
Don't blame the tap. Don't blame the tap.
Also, your hose is positioned weirdly.
Don't talk about my hose like that. But yeah, we were in Bristol at the same time.
Yeah.
And then after that, you then started to do mine and Cherry's hair.
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
The rest is history. I mean, we have also had some magnificent times. I remember there was one time, actually, this has just like gone to my head. So you were away, I think, and I gone to go and see Cherry, and like everyone was like hungover. It was always like a Sunday morning or something. I would always go round.
It was a party house.
A party house, definitely. I mean, it was an amazing house. This house is obviously much nicer. And I'd gone round, and Cherry was like, "Oh, we're going to do like some party food, beige food, basically.
Iceland's best.
Anything Iceland beige." Like university food. I was
we know how to treat you.
Yeah, quite, absolutely. Well, I mean, when I'm charging like £15 for a haircut, I mean, I understand. But obviously, you know, we've known each other for so long now, and we've had some magnificent experiences, especially when it comes to hair.
Well, obviously, because you are my hairdresser.
Yes, but you've had some. I mean, like you've gone from like dark, blonde.
I think we've done every shade of blonde and back. We've ventured into brunette, but you've always said my hair's very hard to turn brunette. I think when I first met you, you said that my natural hair has blue in it.
Right, Charlie is really light naturally, and she's also very ashy. So to take someone like her to a darker colour is actually really, really difficult without it fading after like a few washes, right? And I mean,
we've managed it.
Yes, but you also suit being a platinum blonde.
I do. I don't think I can do a scalp bleach again, though. We say this.
Well, so obviously I've just moved in.
And this has recently just gone back from brunette, because I was brunette earlier this year.
Yeah, can I say, this transformation has not been easy. I mean, but I remember it was just before we went into the first lockdown, I think. Or was it like a few lockdowns after? Because we've had like 3 of them.
I know where you're going with this.
Right, okay. So obviously this was before we started going into scalp bleaching, I think. You were still having like balayage, blonde, like...
I hadn't gone platinum scalp bleach at this point.
Yeah, I don't think so. And you were like, I really want to go for like a kind of pink, like balayage. And I was like, okay, cool. So I did like a really, really pretty, beautiful, like pastel pink, which I'll put the picture below.
It was stunning. It was like a rosy gold colour.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then I think we went into lockdown maybe like a week after or something.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like you will just do something without thinking.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. So it was like maybe like 2 weeks after. Now, obviously, pink fades quite quickly. But I got a message from Charlie, and she said, "Dylan, help." And I thought, oh my God, what have you done? You send me through this picture, right? And I'm thinking, we've been in lockdown for 2 weeks. We're going to be in this for like the next 4 months. What are you supposed to be doing? And sorry, you sent me the picture, so I have to put it below. So
okay, just make it really small.
So here, so as you can see, nothing like the picture that I had done. And basically so I actually told you what to buy.
I know, but I'm the type of person that people go, right, this is what you should do. And I go, no, I'll choose the bad route. So I saw lockdown, because obviously the colour that you did was gorgeous, but blonde hair, pink does fade quite a lot.
Yes.
So I wanted to maintain this. And as we went into lockdown, I saw this as an opportunity.
What, 2 weeks in?
Yes, because I didn't need to go into the office, and I work in a boring corporate workspace. So I saw this as, okay, lockdown is my opportunity to go some really funky hair colours.
Live your best life.
To live my best life. So I think I went on like Amazon and bought like some electric pink hair dye.
But I specifically told you to buy like a pastel pink from like Crazy
you told me
Colour
the good stuff, and I was like, yeah, I'll do this.
And then what happened?
Well, I mean, obviously because it was in lockdown, I think we all kind of became alcoholics. So I was definitely drinking some wine as I did this on like a Friday night. And I thought
It was a Wednesday, you text me.
Well, I bought like the brush and the little plastic pot, and
so you're going about it the right way, obviously. So okay, great. Your like thought process perfect.
Absolutely. Obviously something went wrong with the application. I thought I applied it quite evenly, and then when I washed it out, I'd say my scalp was pink, like electric pink.
It looked like you were bleeding.
I had these 2 pink streaks at the front, some weird, dodgy pink blend at the back, and that was it.
And then this route that was just completely stained.
Yeah, and I was like, what the hell? Like, just pour another glass of wine, love. So I was like, Dylan, can you break lockdown rules? Because help, SOS, I don't know what I've done here.
But I remember you gave it a specific name. I can't remember exactly what it was. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like, if your client's ever wanting this colour, tell them to get the, like, what was it?
Fucked up Barbie pink or something. It was ridiculous. And the worst thing is, I ordered like Head and Shoulders, because that's obviously known to help strict colours. So I was washing my hair in that like 3 times a day. It was not fading. And I remember being on Zoom calls and they're like, what have you done, George? I was like, nothing, just ignore me.
Because you kept wearing this headband as well. You were like, if I tie it up in like this braid, it's going to really hide the fuck ass Barbie pink that I've done.
It didn't.
No, it really didn't. Because then I think I saw you like maybe like 3 months after.
It was still there.
I was like, how is this still on your hair?
I know. I mean, I never learn. I remember as a kid, I think when I was like 16 or something, I broke up with my childhood boyfriend. And obviously I was really blonde at that point. And I was like, right, I'm going to transform myself. And obviously that's never going to go well. Like went to Superdrug and bought like brunette, I don't know, like Garnier or L'Oreal or something. And thought I'm going to come out this lovely brunette colour. It wasn't even ginger, it was orange. Just, I'm never going to learn.
Well, I had this incident and I actually, like we've all done something bad to our own hair. I mean, like, yes, I'm now a qualified, professional, award-winning hairdresser. Even I've made my own mistakes. So I remember it was like, I think it was like the day before I was about to go into year 10. I can't remember. It was like...
Was this your Zac Efron?
Not that bad.
Oh, okay.
So basically, I was like, because I love being blonde. Like, I mean, you know, I'm just Ken. Well, no, I mean, mine's nice then, Ken. Do you think so?
I'm just Ken.
Is it nice though?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
God, it's like, I hope. Well, like I came home yesterday, and I've been living here for like what, like 2-3 days now. Like not long.
No.
And you were like, I'm just going to do some work. And I was like, right, I'm going to bleach my hair.
As you do.
Considering I've also been literally growing my natural hair out for months. And then I was like, I'm going to go blonde. There you go. But I remember it was just before. Now, I hadn't trained properly at this point anyway. So I didn't really know a lot about hair anyway. I knew how, I was like, oh, I've watched someone do a colour. Easy.
It's a science though. Like when I've spoken to you about it, it is a science.
Colour specialist, you know, just saying.
Like it's like full on respect to everybody.
So I don't know if you ever remember the like Live Colour XXL.
Yeah.
Do you?
No. Oh, that you could buy in like Boots.
Yeah.
The funky colours.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I bought the blonde.
I've used those.
Oh, for God's sake.
I remember my mum
God, so fucked up it was not the first ever.
No, I remember my mum coming home and my friend Hannah was there. She was like, hi girls, how are you? I think we were like 10 or something at the time. And
are you allowed to cut your hair at 10 years old?
No. I was always grounded for this reason. And my friend Hannah was like, hi Teresa. She was like, oh, what are you doing, girl? She was like, we're just colouring Charlotte's hair. What?
Oh my God.
And then the dog got hold of it. No. And started running around with it. And my mum was like, don't stain my carpet. And then I was grounded.
Look, don't care about Charlie, but just do not stain my carpet. Well, actually, so obviously I've met your mum, I've met like your brother, I've met everyone. Yeah.
You've also done all of their hair.
That's true. Well, I travelled like...
You've travelled far and wide to see my family.
Absolutely. I'll do anything for you. Anything for you. And I remember meeting your brother and he was telling me a story.
Oh no. Is this a podcast about hair or is this I just want to take the piss out of my friends?
Take the piss out of specifically Charlie.
Right. We're clear on content.
Well, tell us about Query.
I can't believe I'm going to publicly
Right, okay, before
this.
she says anything, I want you guys to kind of think, what is Query? Charlie.
What is Query?
What is Query?
Right, I was at university up at the Angel, and there was, on a Thursday or a Wednesday or whatever, there was a cocktail bar that did 2-for-1 cocktails, and I mean cheap cocktails, like pre-cost of living crisis, like £3 cocktails. So we were there.
Can we go back there?
Yeah, like soaking it up. And bear in mind, I was at uni. I wasn't that well educated in the land of alcohol and cocktails at this point. So I've looked at the menu and gone, oh, that looks nice. Gone up to the barman and said, oh, I'll have 2 daiquiris, please. And I was the first to order. My friends were behind me at that point. Anyway, it was loud, so I was like, 2 daiquiris. And anyway, I got these drinks, and we went back the following week, and I ordered the same. And this went on for months.
Like, how long are we talking?
Like 6 months.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't until a New Year's Eve where I was going to a New Year's Eve party, and it was like, bring your own juice to make a certain cocktail. So I was like, I'm going to make my signature daiquiri cocktail. So I've gone and got the ingredients, and I've come home. And obviously it's Christmas, so like all the family are there. So I've walked in, and my brother and sister-in-law and her parents were there. So I was chatting away to her mum. She's gone, oh, what are you making? I said, oh, I'm making a daiquiri. And bless her and her politeness has gone, oh, that sounds very exotic.
Does it?
I've not heard of that one before.
Neither have I.
Then she's turned to my sister-in-law and my brother and gone, Emma, Paul, Charlie's making a daiquiri. And then I've listed out the ingredients.
Are you from a mental institution?
No.
Okay.
But it's questionable if I was dropped on my head as a baby. And my sister-in-law has turned around to me and looked at me and just gone, no, you mean a daiquiri? And I've gone, no. I've been ordering this every week up at the Angel. It's a daiquiri.
For 6 months.
And then they've gone, no, mate, your friends are taking the mick out of you. It's called a daiquiri.
Are you still friends with them?
I am. And I messaged them and said, guys, did you know it's not called a daiquiri? It's called a daiquiri. And they've gone, yeah, we've kind of had this deal and this bet going with the barman to see how long we could keep this up for.
That is really mean. Also hilarious because it's you.
I still call it a daiquiri. I think it should be a daiquiri. I think it's spelt like a daiquiri.
I mean, I do say, so right, obviously I'm throwing like a leaving party. So I'm moving to Australia in February.
Are you?
Yes, all right. Obviously I've lived there before, like in like 2018, I think it was, and everyone hated me. And I'm throwing a leaving party at the Little Blue Door in Fulham. Your first night in Fulham. Whoa.
I have been out in Fulham before. It's just not an area I choose to go to.
Oh, okay. And I have told loads of people about you because I've been planning this podcast for like the last month, and I really want to sell you. Well, not in that way, but I want to sell. I want people.
Please finish the sentence.
I want people to really fall in love with Charlie because Charlie is a lovely person.
I'm a daiquiri.
You're nuts, that's for sure. I might have escalated the. So, I mean, I tell people that you're bilingual. Even you know this is true.
But it's my own language.
Well, it is your own language. So, yeah. So, obviously, you moved into this amazing house, which you've had now for like almost 2 years?
18 months, yeah.
18, yeah. And, I mean, to be fair, your house always smells incredible. There was one time. Now, I believe this to be a true story. I came in and said, oh my God, your house smells amazing. What is it? You were like...
My scent.
It's bergamot. I'm like, do you mean bergamot?
Look, I think everybody listening, sometimes you just can't pronounce words, okay?
You can.
I obviously just have a higher percentage than most people that can't pronounce things. It's bergamot.
It's bergamot.
Bergamot.
Okay.
Bergamot.
But then also, so you've obviously got the beautiful Beatrice.
Beatrice.
Well, what was her name before it was Beatrice?
Well, you know, I was trying to be bougie and I thought it was Beatrice.
Why did you think it was Beatrice?
Princess Beatrice. She was born over the Jubilee, R.I.P. And so she had to have a regal name. And then when I started telling everybody that it was going to be Beatrice, everyone was like, I'm not calling your fucking cat Beatrice.
I mean, she is a magnificent creature.
She is. She's
but
hiding.
I mean, like, yeah, she's supposed to be joining on the podcast. I mean, she'll be on our social media channels, but...
Well, I've had to tone it down, and it's Beatrice, not Beatrice.
Why did you choose to tone it down?
Because everybody said that they wouldn't call her Beatrice.
Because, obviously, that's not... I mean, look, it's... I mean, you know, like, I think it's better to be outspoken than not heard.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, as my brother would say, I mean, the family nickname, I can't ever have an argument or anything with them because they just always shut me up and go, oh, just stop being a daiquiri. Like, it will be on my gravestone. Charlotte Langley, 1990 to, let's hope, many years to come. Query to the end or something.
Query till the end.
Died a query. I don't know.
I mean, look, whatever you all think.
And every year you have to come and give me a query cocktail at my tombstone.
That's not happening. So obviously, we've got to know you and also my opinion on you. You're crazy.
Yeah, everybody thinks that I'm escaped
so obviously,
from a mental
you've
asylum.
known me for 8
years.
Yeah. Obviously, I've evolved. I mean, you met me when I was basically a fetus, really. So I was like,
you're still a little baby though.
Well, I was 18 when you first met me. So, I mean, by 8, 9 years, I'm like 27. Thank you. I look a lot younger. Obviously.
I mean, I was in my 20s when you met me.
How the 40s? Joking. So obviously
early 30s.
Early 30s.
Am I going to be like Joanna Lumley in like Ab Fab, where it's like Patsy's like, I'm 39 when she's clearly 70?
Potentially.
Right. Anyway.
Well, I mean, I mean, I obviously want to kind of delve into like what you thought about me, what you think about how. I mean, obviously you've known me for so long. Obviously, and I've evolved, I've upgraded, I've changed,
flourished.
That's a really great word.
You flourished.
I mean, like, what was your opinion on when you first met me to now?
Well, to be fair, I wouldn't say it's changed. We've become closer as friends, 100%. But in terms of you and your profession, you've always been absolutely, like, I've always felt in safe hands.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't always feel that with a hairdresser. I've always felt that you're very committed, you know your shit, and you're actually giving your all, and you're very honest.
That's even with a glass of champagne in our hand as well.
No, but you've always been very you've always been very honest. Like, if I've sat there and gone, "Can you tell me brunette?" It's like, well, look, we can't do this in one sitting. It's got to be like this or like this. But I don't know. We've definitely built up a huge trust. Where actually, when you come to cut my hair or dye it, I think half the time I sit there and go, "What colour are we doing?"
Where I've already done the back of the head.
Where
already.
I actually haven't got a clue, and then you start cutting, and I've gone, "Wait, what are we doing now?" And then it's like, "Oh, I'm doing a bob for you." Oh, okay. But, that builds up over years, and, it's been wonderful to know you and support you through your career. You've not asked me to be a model yet, but, I'm not on that list.
You've asked me, and I have kindly declined.
I feel I am avant-garde.
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 Avant-garde. I had a question for you as well, actually, but it's gone out my head.
Drink some more Prosecco.
Well, it's obviously, Charlie, how is the love life?
Well, kind of non-existent, really. I've recently gone back on dating apps because, well, summer's over. Got to have something to entertain me over the winter months.
Of course.
I did test dating apps, absolutely to test them. So I'd say the love life is non-existent. Like, it's just men coming through with like pictures of them holding a fucking fish. What is this obsession with holding?
Why would they be holding a fish?
I don't know. I feel it's like some kind of like primitive thing where they're like, "Here, I can provide for you. Here's a fish." I don't know, or just like, I don't know, them holding a dog, or
that's quite cute though. I mean,
yeah, that's cute. And then I speak to them, I'm like, "Oh, hi, who's the dog?" And then like, "Oh, I just use it as a photo opportunity, so that's why I don't want to speak to you."
Oh, okay, I'm not
sure. But there's a lot of men out there like holding fish. What is that?
But you've recently got back onto, obviously, like the dating profile scene. And obviously, amongst doing the podcast, you had been in touch with me saying, I'm redoing my... I don't know why you asked me.
I don't know either.
No, neither. So you asked me, and like, what was one of the questions that you asked me?
Because it's, I think on like Hinge and stuff, you have to have like prompts, which I find really cheesy. And I think one of them was like, I'm looking for ...
Yeah.
And
no, it was dating me is like.
Oh yeah,
or something like that.
I mean, I didn't use this because I didn't like your response, but
so Okay, so my response was, now obviously I've known Charlie for so long now, so I get to know obviously all of her. I mean, I see all of her flaws and everything.
Which there are not many.
Die query. And I said, but you actually quite liked it when I said it though. I was like, dating Charlie is like your
Worst nightmare.
what? No, well, yes. Dating Charlie is like your worst nightmare, but your dream that you never imagined would actually come true.
Like you're on it for the ride or something, even though it's mainly a nightmare.
You know what? As Raymond from the Big Blowout said, it's been a ride, guys. We just got to roll with it.
Wise words, Raymond.
Wise words.
No, but the one that I did put up where it was, I'm looking for, and you were like, someone like my hairdresser who's not gay. I mean, it's a conversation starter, because the worst thing is then when guys chat to me, they're like, so what qualities of your hairdress? And I've gone, well, it's mainly just the dark hair. I wouldn't want anything else. I wouldn't want to date anything else of your qualities. Love you as a friend, but...
Yeah, tread carefully.
You're a bit too sassy.
I'm not. I'm just... Okay, yeah, fine.
But anyway, dating life is...
So guys, Charlie...
Hi!
Charlie is single and ready to mingle.
Oh, I wouldn't say ready to mingle, but yeah. Only until 9 o'clock.
Well, we've got the leaving party till 9 o'clock. Oh my god. She's like, we're going to go to bed at like 10 o'clock tonight. I'm like, it's 2 in the morning. We are still awake.
Yeah. Do you want a Disaronno, Dylan? No, I want to go to bed. Really? Honestly.
But you know what? We've got the leaving party. No, we've got New Year's Eve and we've got the leaving party.
And I'm sure there'll be many in between.
Good Lord.
Yeah. I mean, you want to put the Christmas tree up next month, which is not happening.
No, look, I feel like it's October now. It's getting cold. Look, it's getting cold. Look, I just love Christmas.
I understand that, but you've got to wait till December.
I watched Love Actually and Santa Claus yesterday. Now, I have some questions for you.
Oh, no.
So, some of our listeners already have put in some questions.
Christ almighty, okay.
I mean, like, what's... I mean, what are you scared to answer? Like, what do you not want people to know about you? That's a great first question.
Ask that.
I can.
No, next one.
It's my podcast.
Next one. It's not all about you.
It's my podcast.
It's not all about you. Next one. Come on, ask me a proper question.
Well, this is interesting. I mean, I would love to know what your answer is on this. I mean, which celebrity would you love to switch lives with?
To switch lives with?
Male or female?
It's easier, like, what celebrity would you like to do?
What? Sleep with?
Yeah.
You dirty bitch.
Oh, Tom Hardy all the way. Switch lives. Oh, I love Tom Hardy.
Jamie Dornan.
Yeah, but Tom Hardy's like just a bit like rogue. And...
I mean, when he reads like the CBBS kids' nighttime stories, I'm like,
you can send me to sleep, mate. A celebrity I'd love to switch lives with. Oh,
I can't. I wouldn't even know who to actually put in your calibre.
There is no one.
You are your own celebrity.
I am my own celebrity.
Self-centered.
Selfish bitch. Next question. Next slide, please.
What's the weirdest thing you've been caught doing?
I mean, caught is the word there.
Or seen doing? Considering I walked in on you earlier.
I was just half naked though. I don't find that weird.
Yeah, that's normal.
The weirdest thing. I don't know. Maybe it would just be like, I don't know. You know, like in the Morrison's milk aisle when you got your headphones in and a song comes on, you start dancing away.
One of those.
You know, probably like that. Having a little sing song down the aisle in the supermarket.
You say that? I remember this is also to do with Christmas.
Oh dear.
No, wait. So I was on my way to my parents who live round the corner, and I love Christmas. I mean,
really?
Love Actually. It's all like Christmas tree because you go away very very soon to Cherry's wedding, Christmas tree is going up straight away.
No, you can't put the Christmas tree up without me.
You're not here.
I'll make you take it down.
I don't care. It's like 2 days before December anyway.
No, I have to be here to put it up.
And I was on the bus, and I was like, I'm gonna listen to some Christmas music. Now I didn't realise that my headphones weren't actually plugged in, and I was like, "Oh, it sounds a bit weird." And I was like, "They're singing Deck the Halls,"
and it was on speaker.
But it's not like. No, I was singing loudly.
Oh.
And I was like, "Why is everyone looking at me?" And I was like,
"That's embarrassing."
Oh, that sounds a bit weird. And I was like, oh my God. And I've been doing this for like a good, 2 minutes. The song was almost finished.
Live your best life, honey.
I suppose so. Tell us something interesting about you.
I hate that. Am I in a freaking interview?
Well, now you are.
No, like a corporate interview. Something interesting about me. I mean, oh God.
I mean, I could definitely think of some.
You can. I suppose the only thing I can think of that's probably not the most interesting, but that you actually realised earlier, despite knowing me for about 10 years, is my full-on pigeon phobia.
Okay, so...
That's not the most interesting thing about me, but it's the only thing I can think of right now.
It's fucking weird. So we were walking... down to go and get a drink, like pre-podcast, right? And we're walking like down some streets... And you like keep stomping your feet, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And there's like a whole flock of like pigeons in front of us. I'm like, "You're right." And you're like, "Oh, I've got this phobia of pigeons." But I remember you telling me this story when you lived in your last house.
Yeah.
And you had this pigeon that would come to the balcony.
Yeah.
And you would play peekaboo with this pigeon.
Yeah.
But why would you play? I suppose it's not actually physically inside.
Well, just so you know that I'd locked all the doors and windows. So that I knew that this pigeon couldn't get me. And I think it was like a racing pigeon that came and just chose to rest. But it was literally like there every morning. Like I remember I'd open my curtains and I'd like peekaboo and it would be there. But no, I've got...
But why have you got a fear of pigeons?
I just like to blame my mum for these things.
Teresa, what have you done to Charlie?
Well, do you want to start chronologically or alphabetically? But yeah, I absolutely, I'm sure there's many people listening. Like I know it's ironic that I live in London. I have a full-on phobia of them.
Do you know what though? Do you not feel quite sad about pigeons when like you see like, especially in
central London? No, I think just shoot them all. Yeah,
but like in central London, like they barely have any feet. Why do they not have feet?
Because look, wood pigeons out in the countryside, fine. But these city vermin, they're not adding anything to the ecosystem. Freaking shoot them all. Vote for Charlie for Prime Minister.
You are going to love your Christmas present.
I don't want it.
It's a pigeon pillow.
I don't want it.
Why? It's also got your face on it.
As a pigeon?
Yeah.
Next question, please.
Okay, so what is your best and worst advice that you've ever been given?
Oh no, why would you do this?
Because you give me advice and
really?
I do not follow it.
What advice have I given you?
Can't remember. I haven't listened to it though.
I mean, worst advice would generally be like friends in a pub where, you know, you're talking about a bloke and it's literally like red flag, red flag, red flag. And they're like, oh yeah, no, great, go that way. And I'm like, yeah, okay, this will be great. No. Best advice. I'm trying to think of something my mum's. Do you know what? Best advice I've ever been given is from my granny, RIP. And she always said to me, she said, because you know, like old people have those like famous sayings.
Yeah, yeah.
And she always said to me, Charlie, always invest in good bedding and good footwear, because if you're not in one, you're in the other.
Okay.
I mean, it's an excuse for me to go out and spend, which I completely endorse. True. But like, that's the best advice.
Well, actually, on the comment of footwear, so obviously I'm going on holiday in like a few days' time to Sicily, which is very, very exciting. I recently bought some Birkenstocks.
I love them.
I don't know.
I love them. I think with Birkenstocks, I think you either, it depends on your feet, I think you either love them or you hate them.
Do you not feel like they're very gentrified though? I mean,
Yeah,
like when we're having drink, how many people walk by wearing Birkenstocks?
I think for me, given obviously I'm much older than you, I had like the
She's
original.
like 2 years older. Okay, 4,
Bit older than that.
5.
Anyway, I had like the original Birkenstocks, and I remember,
Which you also showed me yesterday.
but they were like 40 quid, if that. Now they're like 100 and something.
Yeah, 130 those cost me.
That's what I have issues with. It's like Dr. Martens. Obviously, I love Dr. Martens, but like back in the day, again, they were like 30 quid. Now it's like nearly £200 for them.
I feel like I'm now going to have to take a picture and upload this onto the Instagram of me wearing the Birkenstocks on holiday.
They look good.
Do they?
They do. They look good.
I mean, it's fast fashion. I'm not fashionable, but we'll go with it.
Oh, don't put yourself down.
Well, you know. So, Charlie, thank you so much. We are going to end the podcast there.
I mean, look at how much Prosecco I've drunk versus you.
Oh, you know. Got a problem.
Alcoholic. Cheers.
I mean, I think we're definitely going to invite you back for another episode later in the series. Obviously, as you know, as I've mentioned, we've got so many episodes planned over the next couple of months. Well, a couple of weeks, to be fair. So I really hope that you enjoyed this podcast. Please go and follow, like, subscribe, and comment on all of our socials, which I'll leave in below here. So thank you so much, and we look forward to welcoming you to episode 2 on the 13th of October.
Thank you for inviting me.
For episode 1, cheers! Here we go. I've been here before. Well done.
Is that it?
We're done.